Welcome to this edition of What Matters. And today I am here with, I have to admit, my friend, Melba De Silva. Melba and I have known each other for too many years to politely mention.
Exactly.
Quite a couple of decades we've known each other. And Melba moved to Toronto way before I did. And in that time, Melba has accomplished many great things, which she's going to tell you about shortly. But at this point in her path, she is the owner of Melté. Is that how you pronounce it?
Melté.
Melté Real Properties. And the next great project is GreenRocks. And I'm really excited about this because this ticks a box on my bucket list. I want to eventually live in the sun. And by watching this program today, you're going to find out all about this development in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Welcome, Melba.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you
so-
for having me. I'm so
happy to have you
excited.
here.
Greetings to everybody in Saint Vincent who's tuned in. Wait, we're putting Saint Vincent on the map, and I'm so excited about that. So I'm Melba De Silva, like Erica mentioned. I'm Managing Director and CEO of Melté Properties Inc. Melté, which is a combination of my name, Melba De Silva, and my son's name, Dante De Silva White.
Ah.
So that's where Melté came from. And we're bringing the latest and greatest to St. Vincent.
I love it. And one of the things about Melba that I love is that you see that merge of the name Melté, it's her and her son. And I know Melba's about generational wealth. And
Yes.
she is actually one of the people I really look up to financially. We came from the same neighborhood, literally. We used to take the bus together when we were teenagers, going back and forth to school and sometimes just wandering. But what I love is that Melba came here and she really changed her circumstance. And you've been with your company for how many? Oh my goodness, 17 years.
17 years.
17 years. So, in Montreal, I heard about Melba making great strides in her industry and climbing the ladder and doing well. And she moved into a very coveted neighborhood and was doing all those things. But the other thing that I was really impressed with is Melba remained Melba. And even when I had the chance to bump into her or see her, we always had that connection. So you can be real and have success. Being successful does not mean that you change in a negative way. It's always, positive change. And you do remember where you came from.
Definitely.
And so one of the things I love is that Melba has chosen the island of her parents
That's right.
to build upon. So Melba, tell us a bit about your journey to this point.
I fell in love with St. Vincent a long, long time ago. I think the earliest recollection I have is about when I was about 8 years old. Going to St. Vincent with my parents. And despite getting eaten alive from mosquitoes, I swear to you, I never stopped going back. When I started working, and I was able to afford to vacation, the first place I went was St. Vincent. I actually went there for a family wedding, and every year since I've been back. I've only missed 1 year. Now I'm down to going multiple times a year. And I bring friends, you know what I mean? Like, I love St. Vincent that much. And I can attest to how St. Vincent has improved immensely over the years because I've seen it firsthand myself. And especially with the opening of the Argyle International Airport in 2017 on Valentine's Day. And last year in February, 3 generations, myself, my father, and my son, flew to St. Vincent direct from Toronto. And it was an epic flight, 4 hours and 45 minutes gate to gate. So
That's like a drive in Toronto.
that's it. You can reach to St. Vincent quicker than you can drive from Toronto to Montreal.
Right?
So that was like, we literally cried. Like, we could not believe that milestone that was achievable for us. And that was a huge change for us. And I've personally seen the development with St. Vincent. St. Vincent's a beautiful island. It's paradise. The rich and famous vacation there. It's a secret, but we don't want it to be a secret anymore. We want more people to discover St. Vincent and the Grenadines and vacation there. And with the Argyle International Airport now being open and having direct flights from Toronto, from Miami, from New York, it's more accessible.
Amazing.
And it's just up there, if not surpassing, some of the places which I hear most of my colleagues and friends vacation to. Example, Hawaii, Jamaica, Barbados, etc.
Right.
So the offerings, what we have in St. Vincent is phenomenal. And it's vastly improving with the opening of the airport. So that's the reason why I decided to invest at this time, because you have to invest when the market is at a low and uprising. Look for economical indicators, and there's several economical indicators. And when you invest at that time, that's when you have the most chance to gain, because you gain on the uptick. And that has been my success story to this point. It just so happened that when I chose to invest in my properties, it has been when the economy was at a low, and then the economy picked up. In several cases, it doubled. In my last case, it went up over 30%. So those gains in financial increase has allowed me to own multiple properties, and
Amazing.
has allowed me to have the success that I have today.
Amazing. Now, for those, I really doubt there's anybody out there who doesn't know of the Caribbean, hasn't heard of the Caribbean. But what I'd like to do for you before this segment is over is I just want to play you a little clip. We're not going to show you all of it because, I mean, I don't give you everything in the first 10 minutes. But if you are not aware of what the Caribbean looks like, we're going to show you a little clip. And paradise is a little bit of an understatement. Nanisha, can you play that video, please? Welcome back from that little mini vacation. So you see why this is so exciting. And when we come back from the break, Melba is going to tell us about the anemones, and there's so many statistics on the islands and what you can do there and the development and the growth. But we do have two questions, so we want to get to those right before we go to break. So Anisha, can you let us know what they are?
The cost of living in terms of Canadian dollars, it's kind of hard for me to answer that, but it's a 2-to-1 ratio, Canadian dollars to Eastern Caribbean dollars. So whatever you pay here, it's double what you get there. That's the best price point that I can give to you. But if you want to do dollar for dollar, based on the economy, you can say it's dollar for dollar. But it's a 2-to-1 ratio, Canadian dollar versus Eastern Caribbean dollar.
Okay, thank you. And the other question?
I started my company actually with a student property that I have in the city of Waterloo, and I wanted to offer the students an all-inclusive package, which means that all they needed to bring was themselves. So I have that property going. It's been successful since 2016, and basically I supply everything for my students, and it's always rented, 100% occupancy all year round. And I've gotten really good feedback, and I wanted to give that same concept to a vacation property, which means that it's an all-encompassing solution. All you need to do is bring yourself, right?
All you need.
So I can tell you more about that when we come back after the break.
Yes, I'm really excited for you guys to get the details. We're going to tell you how you can participate. We're going to tell you how you can buy. We're going to tell you all about it. But I love state-of-the-art things. I love the islands and the views. So to combine the natural beauty of the island with the security and the modern anemones, this is really exciting. So when we come back from the break, Melba is going to tell us more about GreenRocks in the Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. We will be back after this message.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Hello, my name is Anisha, and I'm the production manager of TCN Network. Have you ever wanted to host your own show? Do you have a message to share? Well, you're in luck. We are looking for dynamic and unique individuals to host their own shows. We are seeking people who are committed, motivated, and energetic. Do you want to be the next Jimmy Fallon, Ellen DeGeneres, or Shane and Ryan from BuzzFeed Unsolved? Start here. Fill out the Propose a Show form on mytcntv.com. We're here to educate, support, and build the community. Can you lead by example? Go the extra mile and seek knowledge? Are you humble, disciplined, responsible, selfless, and enthusiastic? Those are our core values. And if you identify with them, you could be part of a growing network that focuses on positivity and uplifting our community. We can't wait for you to join us on TCN Network and hope to hear from you soon.
Welcome back to this edition of What Matters, and today I have with me Melba De Silva of Melté Properties, and she is the CEO, founder, the woman, the head chick in charge of this project, GreenRocks in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. So I have a zillion questions, and I hope you do too. Please feel free to send us a message if you're watching live on Facebook or if you're watching live on YouTube. You can type in your message. Anisha, can they call in? You can call in the number on the screen. You can give us a call and we will answer your questions. And there are many. So this is GreenRocks in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. And if you're watching this, y'all have Google. You can pull out your phone and Google where it is. Now, one of the questions we were asked before the show even started is it in Saint Vincent or is it in the Grenadines?
Okay, it's in Saint Vincent on the mainland, in the prime tourist area. Like, it doesn't get more touristy than where GreenRocks is located.
Okay.
Like, literally a stone throw away from Young Island Resort, which is a high-end resort, which is on a smaller island. It's like literally a 2-minute small boat ride over there. So it's in the villa area, which is where all the bars and restaurants and hotels are, and the main beautiful crystal clear beach. So it's literally 5 minutes walk from there. It's literally
5 minutes walk. One of the things that, I love about this project, and Melba obviously sent me information before, and as I looked through it, I saw that everything was very thought out, and nothing seems to have just happened. Everything is very intentional, from the name to the property management name. Everything was done with intent. And one of the things that I found was interesting was why it is named GreenRocks. So Melba, can you share that with us?
Yeah, so it didn't roll off the tongue for me right away, but it came to me after. I tried to build on that land. Actually, I inherited that land from my father. My father chose not to build there because of the rocks. He told me that straight. And I said, well, I'm going to take on the challenge. I want the land. I'm going to take on the challenge. And I tried to build there twice. And the two contractors that I had hired.
We have a call.
We're going to take that call?
Okay. Take the call. Absolutely. Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I had a question for your guest today.
Absolutely. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is IC, and I'm wondering what the citizenship requirement would be to be able to buy a home in Saint Vincent.
Yeah,
good question.
That's a great question. So, of course, nationals, they can purchase a home, but if you are not a national, you can still apply for what they call, and excuse the name, it's alien land ownership. So there is a small fee for that. All the information is available on our website. There is a process. We take that into consideration for our buyers as well. We would like to work very closely with our buyers, and we do have our legal team set up to help facilitate that process.
Okay, perfect. So, and the website is greenrocks.net, correct?
That's correct. www.greenrocks.net.
Okay, I see.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you for
calling.
Great
session, and keep up the good work. It's good to see two sisters holding it down and doing business and a long-time friendship. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I am absolutely. I think this is wonderful. Okay, so you inherited the land from your dad.
Yes.
Again, here is where generational wealth and passing down to your children for us to
Yes.
build bigger and build better as we go on is really really important. So,
Yes.
getting out of that scarcity mindset, getting out of that survival mindset, and leaving things to pass on. I think that is amazing, and I know that your son is going to have so much to manage when you decide to put on your big son hat and call it a day.
He's already heavily involved in the project.
Which is wonderful. So you decided you were going to try because
I was
that's
going
who
to
you
try. I was going to try. Two big failed attempts, all because of the rocks. And matter of fact, I had several contractors go with me to visit the lands, and the first thing they would talk about was the rocks. So it came to the point where I was like, I don't want to hear about these rocks anymore. I really don't want to hear about these rocks. And then the green comes from my grandmother, actually. The first thing my dad told me when we went to visit the land was that my grandmother used to plant green peas on the land to keep it cultivated.
Okay.
She was heavily into the soil and planting and farming, et cetera, et cetera. And I always remembered that. And I always wanted to pay homage to my grandmother. So I wanted to call it sweet peas or something of the sort. And just one day I just woke up and I said, I'm going to turn a negative into a positive. And I just said, that's it. It's going to be called GreenRocks. That way I can incorporate my grandmother and my bad experience, turn it into a positive, and let it reinforce what I was trying to do.
Amazing. So again, those hurdles, those rocks, they
Yes.
got removed and you made your foundation and now we're ready to go. So one of the things, and we did show the rendering and we will show it again for people just joining us. And of course you can catch us on the replay. One of the things that is so interesting to me is your use of technology.
Yes.
You have put in a lot of technology to this project. Now, I have heard, and I'm sure there's lots of people out there of Caribbean descent watching and that are Caribbean as well. And I've heard many times that they have, in different islands, they have squatter laws or lack thereof, really. And people will have properties and be gone for a while. They live in North America, so they might come home for 2 years or so and go back and people live in their house. Like literally. And depending on the island, depending on where you are, apparently it's kind of like, what's that thing? Possession is 9/10 of the law. So sometimes people go back to properties that they legally owned and find someone there. And because of the squatters' laws or lack thereof, they no longer own the property. So one of the things that I think is really amazing is the technology that you're using. And I'm not going to list it all because I know you know way better than I do. But listen to what you get with this property. Melba, go for it. Tell them about this.
You get a lot with the property. So let's start with the technology. The technology starts from the beginning, from groundbreaking. We've partnered with a company, ITFX Solutions, and we are going to have cameras on the land, allowing our buyers to watch the construction from start to finish. So that means there'll be a portal. You can log in from your computer. You can log in from your smart home at any time and see where your investment is going. Physically see where your money is going. We won't just tell you the stage of the project. You will be actually able to see the stages of the project yourself. That was very important for me. I know that's new to a lot of people. It was even new to Saint Vincent, but we did find a company that was able to facilitate that for us and come up with a solution. We're very excited about that. The whole condominium is a smart home. The smart home concept is actually something that we've been piloting now for over a year at my other property. And it's pretty cool, I have to say. You can unlock and lock the doors. You get alerts when there's a smoke detector going off, water detection, carbon monoxide detection. The cameras, you can see when somebody enters and exits. I had an incident where I needed to open the door and have a delivery, and I was able to open the door from my phone, sitting where I live, which is 78 kilometers away, and open the property door and watch the person go in, drop off the delivery, and close back the door and lock it. So I was able to do that from my phone.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the technology that they have for smart home is phenomenal. So we're piloting that to make sure that it's the ideal solution. There's a lot of different products out there on the market, and we just want to make sure that we have the right one. I think we've nailed it down to one that we found was workable. So that's the smart home technology. It comes with all the appliances. It comes with air conditioning, large windows, because the view is phenomenal. That's what got me with the property to begin with, was the view from there. There's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful view of Canache Beach and the Grenadines, as well as Caliqua, the town of Caliqua. So you can wake up to that every single morning. Large balconies. We made sure that we had the large balconies. Parking, storage, all of that is included with the price of the unit. We wanted a really encompassing solution, and the cream of the crop is the concierge service, because time is so valuable. I don't know about everybody else, but I know when I get my how many weeks vacation, I want to make sure that from start to finish, my time is maximized on my vacation. Right now, we go to Saint Vincent on vacation, and the first 2 days were spent just preparing the home. 2 days. Now, if you're only going for a week, you're losing 2 days of vacationing right there. So we want to make sure with the concierge service that your unit is preset for you, whatever you'd like. You know, if you want to have your bar stocked, if you want to have food delivered, if you want us to come pick you up, we want to partner with the best that St. Vincent has to offer in services with our buyers and guests of our buyers, to make sure that they have the ultimate vacation solution. So every time that they go and come, that they're maximizing their stay. That is very, very important to me, to make sure that when you go there, whether you go to party or whether you go to relax, that you are having the full enjoyment of your stay, so you can come and go at your leisure.
That's amazing. And you mentioned that in your advertisement, you mentioned that it would be great for Airbnbs. So this is something that I love the fact that this is something that right off the block she encourages.
Yes,
right?
definitely.
To maximize your investment. I mean, you buy a vacation home in Saint Vincent, and now you know, okay, whenever I have vacation, I can go. I have a place. It is mine. I don't have to book, check in, anything with anyone. That's terrific. And then most people will extend that to friends and family, that, you know, if you want to go. But unfortunately, most of us, you know, we have to work, and we're working more weeks than we're not. Right. And so during that time, instead of leaving your property empty and not making back the money, you encourage that. And because there's so much observation, it can still be controlled, which I think is amazing, because you have a lot of properties where they don't want you to rent, and they you know, they actually disallow it. They say you cannot rent this out to anybody else. And I love the fact that in one of the advertisements, I think Anisha just put it up, perfect for Airbnb. Yes. So Melba and Melty is really looking to make sure everybody makes as much as they can and enjoys this property, and that, as you were saying, 100% occupancy. And what would be great is if it's most of the time that there are people there and they're getting to enjoy these wonderful views. So of course we've run out of time for this segment, but we will be back, and we're going to tell you more about GreenRocks. And what's really exciting, too, is there is an ambassador program. So you can also, right here from the United States or Canada or wherever you're watching us from, you can also benefit from helping build and fill this wonderful, wonderful property. We will be back after this break.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Welcome back to this edition of What Matters, and today I am here with Melba De Silva, the owner of Well, the owner. No, you are the CEO of Melté Properties,
Yes.
and you all will become the owners of GreenRocks.
That's correct.
And what again? Lots of exciting things with this, groundbreaking. She's using so much new technology, but what's interesting is that she's already tested out on properties that she already owns. So you've gone through the hiccups, you've gone through the bumps, and she's making sure that this process is as smooth as possible. Now, one of the other very interesting things is how you have structured the ownership and management of this property. And can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so condominiums is shared ownership. So automatically, because it's a 6-unit condo, each owner will automatically form the board of directors. So as a member of the board of directors, you have voting privileges, you have a say on how the condominium functions, contracts that we use, who we sign, who will be the maintenance, et cetera, et cetera. That's full power, full say. And that's very rare that you can buy a condominium right off the bat in here in North America and be automatically on the board of directors. This is an exclusive offering because it's new and because we're the first.
And you said something during the break about passive income.
That's correct. I just wanted to elaborate on the Airbnb. We strongly encourage passive income as young adults, investors. This is the way of the future. Multiple streams of income coming in from multiple sources. And if you own a unit and you rent it, it's another form of passive income. And we encourage that, and we've just found out recently that that some of the financial institutions are willing to mortgage the properties for GreenRocks as well. So we'll be coming up with finance offerings as well. So that's very exciting for us.
That is very exciting. Wow. There is so much. And there's another really exciting component that I'm really excited to get to. I use that word twice in the same sentence. I don't care. I am excited. But before we do that, and we're going to play the video again with the rendering. And 1 second, Anisha, if you're playing the video, can Melba do the talk over, like a voiceover? Awesome. So we're going to tell you a bit about this wonderful, wonderful island. She's got like pages and pages and pages of all of the things that are part of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, the 32 islands. So here's the video. Melba, please tell us a bit more about Saint Vincent and all that it has to offer. Please, this is amazing.
Well, for those of you who don't know Saint Vincent, it's in between Barbados, St. Lucia, and Grenada. It makes up 32 islands of the Lesser Antilles, 7 which are uninhabited. So I always have a hard time saying that word. Thank you very much.
I have a lot of problems.
Crystal clear sailing waters. Actually, it was nominated, I believe, as the top sailing capital of the world. If you love boating, this is the place to go. Royalty has just gone there. You know what I mean? So if they can go there, you can go there too. It is affordable. Don't be fooled. You can get to St. Vincent and be in the Grenadines, and there's definitely ways around that. Like I said, leisure, tranquil waters, white sand beaches. When I talk about crystal clear, I really mean crystal clear waters. There's waterfalls. There's this unique, lush, unexplored forest. Because remember, we're new to the tourism industry, so a lot of it is untouched. My son loves snorkeling there. It's unbelievable what you could see in the water. And let's not talk about the food. The local food, fresh lobster and fresh conchs, fresh fish, fresh fruit. It's absolutely beautiful. And then they have the black sand beach. When we recently went there, that was one of the requests that my son had. We had to go to the black sand volcanic beach sands, which actually is therapeutic for your body, right? That's a unique experience that St. Vincent that has that I absolutely love too as well. So you can have the white sand beaches and the black sand beaches as well. St. Vincent is absolutely gorgeous. It's paradise. I just want more people to discover it so I can share it with more people.
That is, and that's one of the things that I saw actually a really great post, and it was of a picture of people in clear water, and there was a gorgeous table set with lots of fruits, and in the back there was a lush mountain, and then in the caption it said, "This is Haiti. Don't be fooled." There are things that they don't show you. And for example, when I went to Cameroon many years ago, I was shocked at how many Europeans retired there. There was a whole, like, just in that town that I was in, which was, that was Yaoundé. There were, no, Douala. There were so many people from Greece and Italy and England that were retired there, that had bought property and were retired there. And here it is that a lot of people that come from those communities or descended from them are doing everything not to go back, not realizing there are little pockets of paradise there.
Definitely.
And so oftentimes when it's not, like Jamaica is probably one of the most famous islands of the Caribbean. And then you have the bigger islands, Barbados and so forth. But I was actually shocked to find out how many Caribbean islands that there are. And I can't remember the number now, but there are a lot. And for example, my family is descended from an island that's not far from Saint Vincent. Actually, we're very close. And it's the island of Montserrat. Now, a few years ago, Montserrat suffered a massive, devastating volcano, which unfortunately erupted downtown Montserrat. So it wiped out the most populated, most developed part of the island. But prior to that, Montserrat was one of those gems that many celebrities had built houses in the mountain, and a lot of people didn't know about it. And so because it was lesser known, it was also less expensive.
Right.
And it's called the Emerald Isle. I'm here pitching my island a little bit because of how green it was. So again, this idea of discovering St. Vincent, because those who are watching the show and catching the replay, and you know what, you may be watching this a year after this show has aired, and finding out that everything is quadrupled and tripled in price and, shot up, and GreenRocks is in phase 3, and really encouraged to look into this. Visit greenrocks.net and check out the opportunity, because Melba is opening up. I'm telling you this is a prediction of mine. She is opening up a whole new world and a whole new market for us. So I'm really, really excited about this project. Now, aside from the natural beauty and the all the thought that you've put into the functioning of this, and I can tell that you've, to me, because this is how I plan well. When I don't do this, I don't plan well. I have to actually walk myself through the process.
Yes.
So like if I'm, say, going away, I think to myself, okay, when I get to the airport, I'm going to want to put on my sweater. Oh, let me get my sweater. So it seems like you did exactly that. With all your travels and all your experiences, like you were saying, you went somewhere and it took you 2 days to open up the property.
That's a regular affair every time I go, right?
And you're like, no.
We don't want that.
I don't want to spend a third of my vacation preparing my vacation. So you'll have concierges on the property to make sure that when you get there, you open your vodka and you pour your drink and your ice is made.
Rum.
Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Pour your rum. Did you see her? She went rum. Like, where are you going? Where are we?
St. Vincent is all about rum.
all about rum. And you're ready to go. You have a whole glass and you can just go straight to the party.
You don't have to worry about anything else.
And
just
what
enjoy
about
yourself.
Carnivals? What about...
Well, St. Vincent has some peak periods, right?
Yes, that's what I want to hear
Easter
about.
coming up, over in the island of Bequia and on the mainland. They have tons of parties, all-inclusive parties, boat rides. We could spend the whole show talking about that. Carnival coming in late June, early July. The Carnival experience with St. Vincent is one like no other. And I'm talking about somebody who's experienced it in Toronto, in Miami, in St. Vincent. When you buy your costume and you join with a band, they're taking care of you from start to finish. So I strongly encourage, if nobody's ever experienced St. Vincent, experience the Carnival. It's all online. They can buy their costume ahead of time. They just have to go pick it up, and everything will be catered for them. It's a really unique, remarkable experience. They're going to have a blast. Just have the energy. They need the energy. Because the parties, it's nonstop, right?
Right.
And then there's Independence. That's another peak time in late October 27th. And then there's Christmas and New Year's. So there's peak times when you can go to St. Vincent. All year round if you want. You
take us from spring right to the winter year round.
But if you can go in the off seasons as well and have a really relaxing, enjoyable time. Anytime you go. As far as I'm concerned, whether you go for the party scene, Carnival, or any of those activities like I mentioned, or if you just want to go to relax. I do it myself, and there's something that keeps bringing me back. So,
well,
I know I'm not the only one.
I can vouch for that because I've been living vicariously through her feed, through her IG, and I look and like, she's gone again. Which carnival is this? And it has looked like an amazing time every time. And like I said, it's from turn up where you go and it's just party and you come back from your vacation exhausted, or you can go and actually come back recharged and refreshed and ready to go. It is an island like no other. So here we are again. Before I get the wave, we're going to go to break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about the GreenRocks Ambassador Program. So all my real estate friends out there, get ready, get your pens, jot this down, because there's a great opportunity in this for you as well. Melba's just spreading the wealth. I love it. We'll be back after these messages.
Hello, my name is Anisha, and I'm the production manager of TCN Network. Have you ever wanted to host your own show? Do you have a message to share? Well, you're in luck. We are looking for dynamic and unique individuals to host their own shows. We are seeking people who are committed, motivated, and energetic. Do you want to be the next Jimmy Fallon, Ellen DeGeneres, or Shane and Ryan from BuzzFeed Unsolved? Start here. Fill out the Propose a Show form on mytcntv.com. We're here to educate, support, and build the community. Can you lead by example? Go the extra mile and seek knowledge? Are you humble, disciplined, responsible, selfless, and enthusiastic? Those are our core values. And if you identify with them, you could be part of a growing network that focuses on positivity and uplifting our community. We can't wait for you to join us on TCN Network and hope to hear from you soon.
Welcome back to this edition of What Matters, and we are here talking about GreenRocks, which is the new condo development, will be the new condo development on the island of Saint Vincent. So Melba has walked us through all of the wonderful amenities, told us a little bit about the island. You guys got Google, you can look it up, look up the carnival, all the wonderful things that you can do. But what would be great is to go home to your own place that is generating income when you're not there, which is encouraged by the management, which would also be you. And there's just so much to this project. And I love the newness of it and the innovation of it, Melba. And another very innovative and amazing thing that she's offering is the GreenRocks Ambassador Program. So coming up on the screen, there we go. Melba, tell us about this opportunity.
Well, we're giving an opportunity to everybody to become an ambassador for GreenRocks. So pretty much all we want you to do is talk about GreenRocks. You might know somebody who's interested in investing in this type of opportunity, and we just want you to spread the word. And if you help us find our first buyer, you can get a cash incentive for doing so. And the amounts are up there on the screen, starting with $5,000 Canadian, $10,000 Eastern Caribbean dollars, and the funds will be transferred directly to you. So this is the way, because we know that in our community we like to talk, and we like to spread the good news, and we believe this is a great thing. We're calling it the Green Revolution, and GreenRocks, where life is worth living on the rocks, because we really feel for the price point that we're offering that it is a very good encompassing solution for the island to bring condominium concept of shared ownership and shared management of a property. And it's new. It is new for Saint Vincent, and that's the reason why we decided to go with this type of ambassador program, and we just encourage everybody to get on board. Amazing.
So now, how would they contact you? How do people go about reaching you?
So the ambassador program is also listed online. They just have to register or email and let us know that they've referred the individual, and we'll be in contact. It's a callback program. We like to keep our overhead to a minimum so we can keep our prices affordable. We are, from start to finish, we have been leveraging technology to bring this project to deliver it to everybody. And that's no different with how we keep in contact with people and how we manage our executive. So if anybody is interested in the unit, we encourage them to email or use the form online, and the ambassador form is online as well, and they will be contacted.
And I love the fact that you're offering luxury. without being frilly, if that makes sense. Oh, we've got another question. What is the project's proximity to shopping and commercial outlets?
It's very centrally located. I believe the closest grocery store is less than 10 minutes away. Less than 10 minutes drive. It's 15 minutes drive to the downtown core, less than 20 minutes to the airport. So
20 minutes, wow.
Yeah, so it's very, very centrally located.
I love that. She said grocery store. The idea of grocery store in the islands, like it's a very different concept, right?
Yes, it is.
But that's exciting to know that it's not just, the regular buffet stuff, but to be able to fully immerse yourself in the experience of being there.
Yes.
And what about the people of Saint Vincent?
Well, we have a virtual family. There have been over 32 people working on this project to date. Between our family, and I say family because I really feel that the people on the project, I feel like we've become a family now. We have our project executive team here, and we are also scattered between Montreal, Toronto, and Miami. And then we have our virtual team in Saint Vincent. Saint Vincent generally, overall, and anybody that has been there can contest it, they're just generally friendly people. And you just have that sense of family. Everybody says that. And I think that's why I fell in love with Saint Vincent, because they've always made me feel like family. When I go back there, I feel like family. I feel like I'm coming home and I was not born and raised there. It's where my parents are from. So you really have that sense of community, you really have that sense of belonging. And it's not just me. I've brought people there and they've felt that as well. They've only been there on one visit and they've made that connection. People still ask for them. What about, so-and-so who came there? So there's really that sense of family, that sense of community, and that's different opposed to other islands that I've visited over the years. So I have to say that's very unique, and it's very encouraging for people to visit and experience that.
So then for example, there are some islands where you're actually not encouraged to travel outside of the tourist area. Unfortunately, there are some islands that have become dangerous, for want of a better word. So the fact that you're saying, the grocery store is 10 minutes away means that you can travel through Saint Vincent and enjoy the island and not just be in the tourist area. You talked about unexplored forest, and there's obviously a lot of tourist accommodations so that you can, but the fact, for myself, when I go away, I like to immerse myself in the actual place. I mean, the Hilton is the Hilton is the Hilton. It doesn't matter where you are, where you go. If you stay in your hotel or on your resort, the only thing that changes is the weather, right? Or maybe the accent of the people working there. But it's kind of the same experience, So when you can leave the resort or now your home, because this is going to be your condo, and actually explore the island. St. Vincent, as you said, is now really opening up to tourism and is still a very safe place.
Very safe. I've traveled to St. Vincent numerous times, just my son and I, and just solo on my own. Numerous times. And I can tell you, I have never felt unsafe. I have never felt threatened. I really believe in my heart of hearts that St. Vincent is a very safe place. Like, you're not going to walk around and, flaunt wads of money or anything. Like, you have to conduct yourself in a certain manner. You know what I mean? But at the same time, St. Vincent is an overall very safe and very clean, my as well, place. That's something that, when you go all the time, that you take for granted. But when you bring others, sometimes they notice these things. And one of my friends actually said, wow, it's very clean here. You know what I mean? I encourage people to go and experience Saint Vincent. And I definitely encourage people to invest in GreenRocks, because this is a unique offering, and things like this don't come around every day, right?
That's right.
So, you got to get in early.
Yes, you got to get in early because, as you know, with tourist destinations, once they become popular, they become saturated almost, and to buy there becomes basically impossible unless you're extremely wealthy. And Melba has taken a piece of property that prior to this was even considered undevelopable.
Well, no, it was always people have built in the area. It's a very it is a residential area with larger houses actually, and it just takes a little bit more effort, I would say, to develop the land. But it's definitely deemed as residential land. There is a whole process with the development process. We've gone through that process. We have teams of the experts now on board who know about these rocks and have explained to me now finally how to develop on the rocks, incorporate the rocks into the structure.
Okay, that sounds beautiful.
So that was going to work out actually in our favor to give a really strong foundation. So now we have the team. We have a very large team and the right people engaged, and we have a very good contractor, and we're ready to go. We're just waiting for the units to be sold. So it is a pre-construction sale. There's huge benefits with having a pre-construction sale. The price point, number one. Number two is you have a say in your finishes. You have a say, it is granite countertops, custom cabinetry, etc. But you can choose dark, medium, light. In terms of flooring, if you don't want the standard flooring, you can upgrade. We have glass enclosure shower. If you wanted to drop in a sink, we'll drop in a sink instead. So we will work closely with the unit owners to make it to their liking, and that's the luxury of having a pre-construction sale as well. So, and if there's something that is not included in the price point, we'll work with them to have that as an upgrade.
Well, you said something just now, and I think that could maybe even be your slogan, is more effort. I think that you put in more effort than the average person, and that's why you get more results.
Right.
And everything is so well thought out. Everything, again, we only have 30 seconds left. Can we play it one more time? Is it possible? Thank you. Trying to squeeze it in one more time so you guys can see it. There's just been a lot put into this project. And Melba, I thank you so much for coming on,
Erica,
and sharing this with the audience, sharing this with everybody out there. And this is an episode, I don't do what there's some stuff I should do, which is say, like, comment, share. But I really share this episode, let people know the opportunity that is available for them with this amazing project, this amazing initiative, because it is the first of its kind. And I think that there will be a lot of people who model what they do based on this success. So Melba, thank you
for
so
having
much.
Me, Erica.
And there's her information. It's right there. If you have any questions, comment on this post. I'm going to be sharing the link for this everywhere. Like, subscribe, but get on greenrocks.net. See what's there to offer. Sign up for the ambassador program. And if you go, because you watch this, you can put my name. So I thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you again next week. I've got another wonderful show coming up. Actually, another great promotion. Dr. Joan will be back with us. So I look forward to seeing you all same time, same place. Thank you for watching What Matters on TCN. And Melba, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Erica. It's